Phinizy Swamp Nature Park is a hidden gem in the CSRA with so much wildlife for all ages to take in the water, on the ground, and in the sky. Here to talk to us about one of the many animals you'll find at Phinizy is Camilla Sherman. She is the Assistant Education Director at Phinizy Center. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having me. Happy New Year.
Nice to have you. No, we appreciate it. Before we get into all of the events taking place at Phinizy, tell us about the park itself.
So Phinizy Swamp is an awesome opportunity for people of Augusta to not have to travel very far, to really get up close and personal with nature. And we have some beautiful habitats for people to explore and boardwalks to keep you a safe distance away from the swamp, but still be able to see all the cool stuff that's going on down in the water too.
And that keeps the stuff from the water to you as well. Just keep that in mind. So you're the Assistant Education Director.
Yes.
So it's time to educate all of us. Let's talk about this resident of the park. It's the red-winged blackbird.
Yes.
This one really proves it, saying birds of a feather flock together because there's so many. What's going on with this bird?
So red-winged blackbirds are really fascinating, and they're a year-round resident, but in the winter time, you see them or you notice them a lot more because they have a unique behavior that them and other blackbirds, they will actually get together and they can get into large flocks of literally millions. They currently have the world record for the most birds in a flock at 40 million birds.
Wow.
And so, of course, the numbers aren't quite that high anymore with all of the things that have been threatening them, but they still get together in very large numbers, and when they are together, it is quite a sight to behold.
I've seen this firsthand at the swamp. It is nuts.
I did not know that. That's really neat. When they're coming, though, you might want to duck a little bit, too, and be on the lookout, right? Since there's so many of them, you just never know. Your chances are higher getting hit. So the numbers are interesting, but these birds also have a really neat call, correct?
Yes. So I was going to see if I could play their call. People say it sounds like they're saying conch-la-ree, but I think it sounds kind of robotic. So I was going to see if I could play it for us.
Okay. That's shrill.
Yeah, so I think that it's very cool sounding, and you can imagine that when there's a lot of them all together and they're all calling, sure, it is very cool to hear them.
At different times, too.
Yes.
Deafening is more the word for that thing. Now, as interesting as they are with that, but they can also be they can also be damaging to the environment. So what do you do at Phinizy Swamp to help control that?
So it's tricky because they naturally come together in large numbers. So when we say damaging, I don't know. I know that like farmers don't want large amounts of them coming because in the winter they flock together at night to help stay warm and protect each other from predators, but they also during the day spread out to look for food. For us at Phinizy, we have a unique relationship in that we are right next to the airport.
True.
And so of course the airport has concerns with a bunch of birds being in the sky. So
can't imagine why.
Yeah, we have a really unique kind of cool thing that we do every year. So the wastewater treatment plant, which is next door, they actually they manage the land with all the big ponds in the back of the park. They have really big fan boats come out every year around October. They come in from Louisiana, and these guys love it because they usually, I think, do more like touristy stuff with their airboats. But their sole job is to come into the ponds, and all they do is drive around and hit the walls of vegetation, of cattails and rushes and things to flatten it in the ponds, because what they're doing is they're getting in before the blackbirds would come and basically making less attractive habitat for them to want to roost in such high numbers. And so the birds still come, we still have them there, but we don't have them in the millions like we would if we left all of those plants up in the ponds.
I want to do that for Cliff, do my job.
No, that would be really neat.
That would be really fun.
That's really neat to learn. So how do you incorporate this and other animals into a lot of the classes that you guys offer?
Yeah, so these birds are so fascinating, but honestly, you're just scratching the surface because everything is so fascinating when it comes to what's going on outside. At least I think so. And so we do find ways to add this in. We have different crafts that we do. This is from our toddler class called Puddle Ducks, and we have birding classes for adults, and we have a birding event coming up on the 20th where you might get to go out into the wetland cells and see these things. So we definitely incorporate it in all different types of ways.
And real quick, and you can get all this at phinizycenter.org, but you also have the Later Gator 5K that's coming up. Real quick, when is that?
Yes, that is on the 27th, and that is a big fundraiser for the park, so we hope that everyone will come out and have a good time running in the beautiful wetland.
All right, check that out. Again, phinizycenter.org for all the information. Camilla, thanks so much.
Thank you for having me.
Appreciate that.
Appreciate